I've been looking forward to this. This was my #1 live action movie for this year in our rankings for our podcast that we did, and you came through. So thank you.
Right
I wanted to deal with these trolls on the internet. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. With that said, so Feige said yesterday on the carpet that you had pitched this whole Warring States thing before the first Black Panther. And
oh, wow. Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
Huh.
Yeah. So he said that you did that. And I was curious if this is the story you wanted to tell, because Tenoch is really him in this movie. He's tremendous.
Yeah.
This is what
Yeah. Oh no. I think what he's probably what he's probably referring to is, you know, like when you back in, man, I'm gonna take it back. It's like 2016. When I it was really 2015, to be honest with you, when I first got hired for that job. They give you like every Black Panther comic book ever made. You know, I got like a big binder. You know what I'm saying? I read them all. You know, and I was thinking about, like, you know, and I just watched Civil War. You know, saw that wasn't even out yet at the time, but I saw a unfinished cut of it. Saw how much Chadwick's work popped in there, along with John Connie and Florence. You know, it was really just kind of 3 Wakandans in that movie. You know. And I was excited, and I'm thinking about, like, all right, so, because the MCU, T'Challa is set up very, very differently from the T'Challa in the comic books. You know, if you're a comic book fan, you know that T'Challa in the books lost his father very young, and lost his father at the hands of Claw, and basically was like a boy king, you know, and then went away for a little while, comes back and then inherits the throne as a young man. And by the time he's T'Challa's age in the MCU, he's been a king for a long time, you know, and been without a father for a long time, you know, and so that character was much different, and you know, so I was trying to figure out how to incorporate these books into this story that I was inheriting and trying to flesh out, and in what I was reading, you know, among other things, Namor would come up, and he just popped, you know, like he and T'Challa's interactions were always like kind of like the highlights of it, yeah, you know, in Wakanda and Atlantis having issues. Now, the cultural element of Atlantis in the comics is a little less specific, you know. But that concept was one that I was thinking about, you know, even when we first got started. We ended up not going in that direction, but I'm so happy that we were able to go in that direction on this one.
Okay, well, it worked. So good. The beef is real. All my Mexican friends who work with us are very, very happy with Tenoch. So far, I was like, oh man,
yeah, he's great, bro. He's great, and you know, I was happy to be able to feel blessed, man, to be able to tell this story and be able to build out Tawal Khan as a you know, co-writer and director, man, is such an incredible gift.
So with the ownership you have over the character in the MCU, did they ask you about the part in Avengers Endgame where they talked about the earthquake under the water and the drama popping off under there?
That's funny. I actually asked them. I was like, hey, what's going on there? And they were like, oh, just an earthquake, you know. But I got my own theories about what it was. I imagine, because I watch these movies as a fan as well, you know, I imagine it had it maybe had something to do with Chloe Zhao's film Eternals, you know. Maybe that was what was going on, but you know, as they told me, it was like, yeah, that was just an earthquake.
It's interesting that you bring up Chloe too, because I feel like this film is about faith in a lot of ways. It's about faith, and Eternals is really about faith. It's truly a crisis of faith. Did you think about that while you were writing this one and like kind of conceptualizing it?
The concept of faith.
The concept of faith.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. Absolutely, man. Like when you. I mean, there's a lot of literature and studies done on this in terms of why the concept of faith or religion, you know, why does it even exist? You know, like and oftentimes you know, people will say it exists to help people cope with things that the human mind can't deal with. You know, like I think loss is one of those things. You know, it's one of those things that can cause people to turn their faith. It can also cause people to lose it. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like when they had problems, they turned to no more. They turned to their people, and he delivered them. So of course they have this crazy faith in them. You speak about characters that pop off the screen. There's a lot of talk about Dr. Doom before this movie came out. There's a lot of talk about it. Was that ever going to be a thing?
In this movie.
In this movie.
No.
At the end? No.
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I try not to read too much, but yeah, nah.
So after this, it's Black Panther 3, right? You gonna do Black Panther 3?
I got no answers for you.
Yeah, no. He's like, I got nothing for you.
Nah, yeah. I try to finish what I'm doing and then think about what's next.
Okay. Some of the fans want you to direct Secret Wars. You open to that if they want you to.
Say what now?
They want you to direct Secret Wars. The fans, the streets, that's what they want.
Man, what streets, bro? What you talking about, bro?
I stay in Inglewood, so yeah.
Inglewood, they want me to.
Yeah,
bro, I don't know nothing about that, man. Yeah, I'm trying to finish this one.
I understand. Well, thank you, man. It's a blessing, my man.
Thank you, man. It's nice talking with you, bro.